Because told me this is the hardest simon, hardest seat, the hardest simon in this game.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to try to come to understanding about wraps. We have to see this little Gemara over here. And I think with that we could get some, hopefully we'll get some clarity in what bracha to make on wraps. No, I said hopefully we can get some clarity, yeah. Okay, so the Gemara says, we're holding on the Gemara, the Lamed Zayin Amud Beis on the bottom. Like 10 lines from the bottom. Right, I think we finished last week. And the croutons. Okay, yeah. Yes. So the Gemara says as follows. Truknin is chayiv b'chala. Truknin is chayiv b'chala. Okay? We're not talking about the bracha, we're talking about the chayiv chala. Chiyasa Rav and Amar B'yechanon Truknin p'turim min hachala. So we have machlekes if truknin is chayiv b'chala or patur from hachala. Now what's this truknin? So Gemara, my truknin. Amar Abaya kuva da'ara. Now what is that? Zok Rashi. Kuva da'ara oisem mokoim chalal b'kira. You have a hole in the kira, in the oven. V'noisem b'seichai mayim v'kemach. You pour in there water and flour. Kamosh oisem be'ilfis. Just like you're doing this ilfis. So that's what truknin is, something that you're not putting in the batter. You don't have a batter before you put it in. It's a hole in the oven, and you pour in water and you pour in flour. That is what truknin is. That's what Rashi says, kuva da'ara. Fine. The Gemara later on Lamed Ches Amud Aleph, says, Amalei Abaya le'Rab Yosef. Hi, kuva da'ara, ma'im v'chinala. It's on the top of the Amid. This kuva da'ara. What's this kuva da'ara? It's a different word. That's truknin. That's what we just said is truknin. So we spoke about, we had a machlokes if you're chayiv v'chala or not. Okay, that's not the gaya to us. We want to know now, what bracha do you make in it? It's the top line in Lamed Ches Amud Aleph. Amalei Abaya le'Rab Yosef. Hi, kuva da'ara, ma'im v'chinala. What bracha do you make in it? Amalei. So he tells him, Misavit namahu. What, you think it's nama? It's bread? No, it's not bread. Guvla ba'almu u'mevarchin oleh b'yamina mezainis. It's guvla ba'alma, and on guvla you just make a b'yamina mezainis. You know what guvla means? Guvla. Right? So we have a Gemara Lamed Zayin Amud Beis. He's not changing the Amud. Okay. We have a Gemara Lamed Zayin Amud Beis that tells us the machlekes between Abaya and Ravin, if you chayiv achala or not by truknin. What bracha do you make on it? Over here we have another Gemara Lamed Ches Amud Aleph on the top that he tells it's guvla ba'alma, and you make a bayim minim zaynis. Oh, you got it. Guvla ba'alma, you make a bayim minim zaynis. Let's go a little bit further. Mazutra kava sudasa aleh ubirich aleh ameitzi lechem v'na'aretz v'shalosh brachos. So this mazutra, he was kaveh suda on it. So it has done somewhat like a passive abakistin that he made amaitzi and gimel brachas and he benched. So that is what the sugya of truknin is. So we have machlekes legabe chala, legabe the bracha. It seems like in the Gemara the violet that everyone holds you make a mezainis unless you kaveh suda, then you'll make amaitzi and shalosh brachas. Where do we have such a thing as kaveh suda, amaitzi and shalosh brachas? Not only that, Rashi comes along and says, Adam yotze the chavasa bepesach. It's considered matzah. My time alechem only krinam bei as done like matzah, and you could be yotze with mamish matzah b'leil pesach, which means the raisa as it didn't like matzah. Yes. Throws it in, and really you have to wait for later when we do the whole sigah patzah b'kissa. But if the Gemara threw it in, like you're supposed to know it, this is already a chayda. Yingle has to know this, that you make a kaviyah suda, you make a yeah. Now, Yes, plain flour and water, like sourdough. You know anything about sourdough? You heard about it? Yeah? Plain flour and water that wasn't really done anything before it went into the oven. You poured flour, you poured water, that is chuknan. Okay, we don't have so much clarity yet, but it's something with flour, water, in the oven. It's not that you battered it beforehand. It's in the oven that you poured it in the oven. That is chuknan. And on that we have machlekes chay v'chala patah chala. What's the pshat? The demand ama patah from chala. Rabbi Chananel says it's kuva da'ar guvla ba'alma. Dr. Ben Chananel sha'oifin oisei ala oyetz. I don't know if you have it in all the Gemaras. You don't have the rachs. I'll read it out. No, it doesn't. That he has, I'm not sure. Yeah, so it says Turim and Achala. Why the Chi of Chala me Arisa? Like it says, Reisha Arisa Sechem Chala Turimu Truma. Guvla Ba'alma is part from Chala. Sourdough was yeast. Right. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We wanted to bring a musik that you know something with flour and water. Yeah. Like upon him, the reason why you part from Chala is because it's Kuva Da'ara. The reason why the Mother Oma says, like upon him, Abaye says it's part from Chala. Sorry, yeah. Says that it's patum chala. The reason why he held it was patum chala is because, like we're saying over here, that it's just something which is a guvla ba'alma, it's kuvadar. Now, I just want to ask a question, which the Rishonim are bothered with. We know a Mishnah in chala. You don't know. Perik Aleph Mishnah Hey, the Mishnah says, Kol shet chilasai sufkinin v'soifai isa chayeves b'chala. Taisus brings this down. Kol chilasai sufkinin v'soifai sufkinin p'turim min achala. What does that mean? Something which in the beginning, it's good to see the Taisus. We don't have to go through the whole Taisus, just to outline the Mishnah. He brings down the Mishnah. Kol shedaminon b'nesechtes chala. Now we're not up to that part of the Gemara yet, but we just want to see the Mishnah. Kol shet, it's the fourth line in Taisus b'maschal lechem. Kol shet chilasai isa v'soifai sufkinin. Something which in the beginning is dough, and then it's sufkinin, chayavim b'chala. V'chol shet chilasai sufkinin v'soifai isa, chayaves nami b'chala. Something which in the beginning is dough kind. There's a doughy batter. That means there's two types of batters. There's marble cake, which is runny batter, and then there's challah batter, as you know, that's thickness to it. So the Mishnah says, if in the beginning was Isa, and the end was Seifei Sufkinin, what does it mean Seifei Sufkinin? You went ahead and you cooked it. Huh? No, you add more water. It's always going to be doughy. You went ahead and like you cooked it. So it became like in a cooking process. So therefore, Yechayev and Chala. So even let's say donuts that they fry completely, Yechayev and Chala, because it has a thick batter to it, therefore Yechayev and Chala. The end. It started soft, but it ended hard. What's that? Soft batter. Marble cake. Sponge cake. You cook it. You bake it. Are you chayim and challah? In the beginning, it's going to be pretty hard to take out challah, right? You're going to have to take it out with a cup. The halacha is that you chayim and challah. The batter stage. Yeah, you can be chayim and challah, whatever. No, it gets hard when you bake it. Yeah, I'm saying, but normally you're not taking challah, you're not cooking that much cake. You're not baking that much cake. But if you are, then you take challah. So we have two types of cakes. We have one kokish cake and one marble cake, sponge cake. Kokish cake is a hard batter. Marble cake, sponge cake is a soft batter. Are you chayiv to take challah on a soft batter? Dr. Mishnah, if you're going to end up baking it, you're chayiv and challah. Okay? You might be chayiv already beforehand. But like upon him, something that you end up baking, even though b'shas ma'isa was tchilasai sufkinin, which means it was sufkinin means it's a runny batter, you're chayiv and challah. Okay, fine. Now, so the question is like this. What's going on over here with this chuknan? What happens at the end? Doesn't it become hard? You bake it in the oven. It's hard. Why shouldn't you be chayiv and challah? This is what the Yishayim are bothered. The Benyayin is bothered with the Shaila, and others are bothered. Why over here aren't you chayiv and challah? There's a mandam is a machlekes. One mandam says the Tanakama says you chayiv and challah. but also Rav and Amar Bechin says he patim challah. Why you patim challah? This is the kasha on the sugi. Zokter ben Yaina, kivan she'ein zedach gilgul ve'ein derech lasoyse lachilas kva patim min achala. Something which is not normal to have it for kva is patim from challah. So even though it looks like it's hard, the end is mamoshes to it, still you patim from challah. That is what Ben Yaina says. Reb Chaim Kanievsky, Zecher Tzadik v'Kodesh HaBracha in his Sefer Derech Hamuna, on Bikurim, he says, he's bothered with this kasha. Why are you patim from challah? He says, Efshe mishum shederech ha'ofen ba'adama, shenidbak ba'ofa v'tzuris. Where do you bake this? You bake this in the ground, so it's so dirt comes into it in the kira. The kira was in the ground. So therefore, ve'ein roi kol kach la'achila, therefore you chayiv in challah. You patim in challah. That's what he says. He says, but I could say another text. He says the Lashon Gemara is Guvla ba'alma, mash mashein derech lasoyse ka'oven ela kelamudin ve'ein allowed tzuras pas. Since it doesn't have tzuras pas, therefore you patim from challah and you don't make a maitzi. So Chaim Kanievsky came with a new vod. Something which doesn't have a tzuras pas doesn't go ahead and chayiv in hamaitzi. You patim from hamaitzi. Why? Dr. Chaim Kanievsky, chuknin is part of hamaitzi. Since you're putting it into the floor, it doesn't look like pas at the end of the day. Therefore, you're part of challah and it loses hamaitzi. So that is the shittas that hold that this chuknin is part of challah and the brachas mezainis. So we explain what the pshat is. We have the Ben Yaina and we have Chaim Kanievsky's two pshatim. Interesting. Chaim Kanievsky doesn't bring the Ben Yaina, but upon him, this is the cash that we have in this details. There are shittas that hold the Yechayiv and Chala and the Brachas Hamoitzi. Chuknin, the Torah, we're not going to get into that now, but like upon the Torah says, Chayiv and Brachas Hamoitzi, even if you weren't Kaveh on it. What's the pshat in it? Because he holds that it does have a Tzuras HaPas, and since it's meant to be Kaveh, even if you weren't Kaveh, you make Hamoitzi. Now, Rav Yishayim hold that Chuknin is Chayiv B'Chala, but the Brachas Hamoitzi, the brachas by minim mezainis, like we just saw. We have a sugi again. We have a sugi on Lamed Zayin Lamed Beis that has a machlokes, and there's some that say the yechayiv and challah. We have a sugi on Lamed Chesed and Aleph that asks what bracha. It's very clear that the brachas by minim mezainis. So let's go with that shita, that the brachas by minim mezainis, and you're still chayiv and challah. Why yechayiv and challah? It's pasha. We just read you a mishnah in challah that if it's chilasa sufkanin, the sefer yisrael, or the opposite, yechayiv and challah. So very good, this is Chayiv and Chala. Now, why should you make a mezainis? If you're Chayiv and Chala, you should make hamaitzi. Zok the Magen Avraham. Since it's Raka Ma'oid, very thin, you make a mezainis. Okay? That's the Magen Avraham starts. Yes. Soft and, oh, he's right. Raka Ma'oid, very soft. Normally that's soft or thin? Sorry, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Raka, not thin, soft. Yes. Raka ma'oid, therefore you make him a zainis. It has a denisa because you see by challah we're making challah, but still, since it's very soft, you're going to make him a zainis. That is the Magen Avraham, Siman Kuf Samaches, Sif Cotton Mem. No. We're going to speak about that more and soon. The Lavush in Sif Tezvav over there in Siman Kuf Samaches, he says, "Ein derech lisha, v'lo derech hapiyas hapas." You're not being lushed. You know what lush means? Kneading it. Why? Like we explained, what do you do to this? You just pour it into the oven. So therefore, you're not being lush. There's no kneading to it. Therefore, you make him a zainis. The Halacha over here says another reason. He says, because the chesaron is, there's no tzuras hapas. Taisim Sachim says, you're not sorry. So now, again, let's try to make the violence a short sikkum. We have a Gemara that tells us on Shuknin you make a mezainis. It's flour and water. Why are you making a mezainis? We have 4 mahalchim in the Rishonim and the Achronim. Taisim Sachim says, you're not sorry. The Magen Avraham says, the Isa is Raka Ma'id. The Lavush says, the way you make it is not meant, you don't make it like bread. The Rambam says, Be'alocha brings from the Rambam, that the chesaron is in the tzuras hapas. Okay? So we have 4 reasons why to go ahead and make a mezainis on this trukman. Well, we don't know what tzuras hapas is, but akapanim, it doesn't have a tzuras hapas. Right. Now let's go a little bit weiter. What there are problems with this whole mahalach is that all of a sudden the Gemara says, but if you kaveh suda, you're making a hamaitzi. Why? You make a hamaitzi if you kaveh suda. So there's an Achaz David that tries to explain Pshat, and he says, because the reason why you don't make a hamaitzi is only because you're not kaveh suda. It's normal not to make a kaveh suda. But if people are going to be kaveh suda on it, you're going to make hamaitzi, which without explanation. There's Rebbe Malin in Chelik Aleph Siman Vav. He has Arichas how to explain this, and Rav Pala has a Sefer al Rambam. They came out with a Sefer Bichas Yitzchak al Rambam. Over there, he has another way to explain it, but I don't want to go into this now because it's going to take us too long, and we don't have time for that. I want to first move on to Teresa, and then we have to see Nafkaminas, and then we're going to move on to wraps, which I think we'll be able to come out here with a psak on wraps. Okay? So now, again, Truknin, we said, is Guvla Da'ara. Truknin, that's the Gemara. That's not us. That's the Gemara saying it's Kuva Da'ara. Kuva Da'ara, Rashi explained very clearly. You have a hole in the bottom of the oven. You pour mayim and kemach. You don't do lush. You don't do kneaded. Right? So now, we know that you make a mezainis. That's the Gemara on the Maskana. We said some Mishanim hold you make a maitzi. Well, the Maisa ba'as the Gemara Maskana, and that's what the Shulchan Aruch paskins. You're going to make a mezainis. Why are you making a mezainis? Clear, we said 4 reasons. We don't know which reason to go with, but we said 4 reasons. The Magen Avraham says it's very soft. The Be'alacha, the Levush, said because you're not lush it, you don't need it. The Rambam, Be'alacha brings quotes from the Rambam, it doesn't have to sapas. And then we said it's Svan Taisis because it's something which is not side. Let's do another small Gemara. Again on Lamed Zayin Amud Beis. V'Amar Abaya. So that was the word Truknin. Now we're going to a word called Teresa. V'Amar Abaya, Teresa Ptura Menachala. My Teresa, what is this that we're dealing with? Zok the Gemara Ika Da'amri Gvul Mirsach. What is that? Gvul Mirsach. Zok Rashi. Noisin Kemach Umayim Bekli. You put flour and water in a kli. Uberchshim Bekaf. You bang it with a spoon. V'shoifchin al akira shinisekas. Then you pour it onto a kira when it's hot. That's what the Rashba and Rabbi Shainim explained. This is the pshat in this Teresa, that the first pshat in Teresa of Gvil Mesach. Now, what does this mean? What is this? This to me seems like a regular flour water, so it's a regular challah. Or why are you making a different bracha? But if you look at Rashi, Rashi says v'shoifchen. You're pouring it. It means it never got to a thickness. You're pouring this thing. Okay? So this is a pourable flour and water. What do we call that? A batter, regular batter. A bagger of marble cake. Right? All cakes, right? No, I'm saying our challah dough has thickness to it. This doesn't have, it's not chilasa isa, it's a batter. You mix it with a spoon, it never got to become a thickness to it. You're able to pour it. So Zok Rashi, Zok Gemara, that's called Teresa. And therefore you part from challah.
Everything's called batter. This is horrible batter.
Exactly.
How is a local batter?
Yeah, okay, yeah. But it's really just water and flour and water, and Ba'atzim, it has the same ingredients like anything else, but still, he's saying, since the Shayfchen ala kir k'shinisekas, you're pouring this over to the kir. Fine. Now, what's the chilik between Truknin and Teresa? Wasn't that Truknin? We started a sugi with Truknin. What was Truknin? Kuva da'ara. You're pouring water and you're pouring flour into the oven, and you went ahead and it's water and flour mixed together. Oh, so now they're both. Let me just explain. They're both bilasei raka. They're both pourable, right? So what's the chiluk? So let's see again. We saw Rashi. Rashi by Kuvad Ar says you put it into a hole. You're pouring it into a hole. By Gvil Masach, did Rashi say you do that? No. Rashi said, because you don't put it into a hole. Right? Yeah. Is there a difference to that? Definitely. When you pour it into a hole, what happens? Comes a thickness to it. When you pour it onto hot kir, what happens? It falls apart, it splatters away. Okay? So what's truknim? Something which you're putting into a mold kilo, right? There's a hole in the kira and you're pouring it into the hole. What's trisa? The first round trisa is that you're pouring it right onto, what does that remind you of? Pancake. Blintzes, right? You're just pouring it onto something and it just goes ahead and blintzes today. You have to know flat. Right? So what are you doing? It falls apart. Right? That's what's happening. So we're being very clear. Truknin was something that you're pouring into a hole, Rashi said. Rashi was medayik. You're pouring into a hole, not just pouring it onto a flat surface. Why does Rashi need that for? Obviously, because when you put something into a hole, then there's a thickness to it. Mashayin Truknin, Teresa, there's no thickness. Teresa is just pouring it on. You have a batter, not a thick batter, flour and water. You mix it with a spoon, yeah. But now what happened is it went straight and it poured out. How far did it get? It's not very far, right? As far as it is, you didn't pour a whole thing and mess up your whole kitchen. So what you did was it was able enough to be on this tray. Now, that is the pashtan afkamina. Teresa, in Rashi, Teresa is the same ingredients, but one is pouring out completely and one is staying in a form. The Rashba says different. The Rashba says that Teresa is blila raka b'yais. It's much more thinner. V'lo chashav isa. Mashenkin truknin is isa. Okay? Because Abaye came along over here and said, Teresa's puturim in a challah. And over here, we didn't, it could be by truknin is chayav b'challah. So he has to have enough kamina, and the reason is because it's so thin, it's so blila raka b'yaiser, it's so raka that over here you're part of challah. Okay, fine. That's the Rashba's nafkamina. The Rosh in Siman Yud Aleph says a different chiluk between truknin and Teresa. He says as follows. Many Rishonim say this chiluk. Well, I dami le truknin. He wants to know why Teresa part of challah. The afa pisha bli losa raka oifen oisa beguma shabekir k'may pishashi the nasa lecha. Avo mirsech gvil shaykh chenetzakim. Sorry. Umispashit the eintaris lechem olav. Dr. Rosh, like we tried to explain in Rashi, since Teresa splatters out, therefore I say that it's part of Amchala. Why? Because it loses its Teres Lachem. Ein Teres Lachem Olav, thank you very much. Sorry for the bother. It loses its Teres Lachem, and therefore you do not make you're not Chayav Amchala. Okay? So is that clear? This is going to be very, very negated to wraps. It sounds so complicated, wraps, but the Vaila, we're trying to make it as clear as we can. The Chilik, the Rosh tells us the most we try to say, like we said in Rashi, not like the Rashba. The difference between Truknin and Teresa is how much does it splatter? Truknin is, even though it's Bilasa Raka, but you're putting it in a hole. So therefore there's a thickness to it. Masha Einkein, Teresa, so therefore it looks like lechem. Mashenka and Teresa, it splatters out like a pancake. I just want to give Akdama. Pancakes do not splatter that much because you have a thickness to the pancake. How do you have that thickness? More batter or what? There's a thickness to it. Whatever it is, there's more. There's something that it doesn't let it go like that, right? It doesn't come to nothing. Eggs? The milk, the eggs, whatever. I'm done with the eggs. The eggs. So this is not pancakes. The flour? No, everything has flour. The flour always good, right? Why does, I have a question. Why does your wife's, when she makes blintzes, right? That's much thinner than pancakes. Why is that? Not because the flour difference. And over there, by blintzes, she puts in eggs also. What's the answer? Less eggs? Why is blintzes batter much thinner? Why is the what do they call the blettel? What do they call it? The blintz is this big, right? And a pancake is only this big. Why? It's the same. You're pouring. You're not in a form. Yeah. Why is the blintz very thin and the pancake more watery? It's tiny. I have no idea. But that's the metzias. So that means there is a metzias. Don't start putting pancakes to trick them. To Teresa, sorry. Teresa's mashma, the way the Rosh says, it just falls. Pancakes may not be like that. Okay, I just want to give Agdam. Now, let's see if we could see the Shulchan Aruch Kuf Samach Sif Tezvav. Does he have it on? What? The whole thing is the way the Rosh is saying it. Yeah, the way the Rosh is saying it. Okay, it's not so important. I'm saying I set it up. It's okay. Let's see Kuf Samach Sif Tezvav. What do you mean? Okay. Shulchan Aruch, Mishabur, whichever one. Simon Kuf Sam. And I want to end off, which last year I went to Moshe Steinbuch, and I know that Shlomo says, you said who you went to already with you? Oh, so last year we had a Yachikal in Eretz Yisrael, and we went to Moshe Steinbuch with wraps. We bought it from America, Moshe Steinbuch, and it was real.
You also did the same thing?
Yeah, we did the same thing. I didn't know you did it. And I want to show you a video that I have from Moshe Steinbuch, and it's the funniest thing. Whoever wanted to say that Moshe Steinbuch said Mezainis walked out 100% of Moshe Steinbuch held Mezainis. Whoever wanted to say he said Amaitzi walked out 100% of Moshe Steinbuch said Amaitzi. So now you could pass it on yourself. I don't know if it works. I brought a special device to try to see it. I hope it works.
Where is this video?
I have it in my pocket. What?
On a thing?
Yeah. I don't know if you could see it.
Yitzchak? Can we get it on?
Okay, we'll see. Let's refer to the figure.
Can you give
No, have it on
a flash drive? Could you give it to Rabbi?
This?
Yeah, take it.
What? This is not a flash drive. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Maybe if we, I don't know.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, we'll see. Okay, let's see what to do. The Gemara said the Shulchan Aruch. Yeah, it's not on. So Kuf Samaches Sif Tezvav.
yeah. Can you put on Shulchan Aruch 190? You said page 190. Somebody listening? Other than the Rebbeinu Shalom. 190.
Okay, we're going to read it out.
You guys there?
He's going to explain to us the difference between Truktan and Teresa.
This thing working?
No, he hears me then. If he could put it on, he's probably not there. It was on before. Okay, fine. So I'll read it out. Whoever doesn't have it in front of them. Zok the Mechaber Truknen, the Hainu Sha'oisin Guma Bekira V'Noisnim Ba'Kemach Umayim Mu'ravim V'Nefesham. Okay, this is like we thought. We touched this Truknen. You already told me the Chamim. We know how to touch Truknen. Rashi explained this to us. There's a hole. Kemach Umayim V'Nefesham. Mevorach Bayim Minim Zaynus a Bracha Ma'achat Men Shalosh. Make it Bayim Minim Zaynus and a Bracha Ma'achat Men Shalosh. V'im Kavas Udat Se Olav Mevorach HaMaitzi Abichat HaMazon. Very clear that you make, if you cover Suda, you make Hamaitzi and Bechas HaMazon. That is what Truktan is. Avol Teresa, what's Teresa? The Hainu Shaloikin Kemach Umayim, Uma'avin Oisa, V'shoifchin Ala Kira, V'umispashit V'nefe. This is Mispashit. It spreads out. Ein Olav Teres Lechem Klau. Has nothing to do with Teres Lechem. V'im Evochin Olav Ela Bayim in Mezainis, Bracha Achad Men Shalosh. Lafila kavatz udasei Allah. This is the rush that I read to you. Shulchan Aruch many times goes with the rush, and it says the difference between truknin and trisa. Why by truknin? Am I chayim and chala? Truknin, there's a thickness to it. Trisa, there's nothing. Mispashit v'nefa. So therefore, ein olav tayas lachem klal, ve'mevorchen olav el-bayim in the Zok, the Mishabur.
Whereas the top one is told in Kviyas Suda.
Yeah. Zok the Mishabur. Let's just see these two Mishaburas.
Which means your Kviyas Suda and pancakes you wash.
Well, pancakes, forgetting the Kviyas Suda. Pancakes, we have to see why it's not a mitzi.
It is a mitzi?
Why not? Okay, well, I don't want to get into pancakes now.
You don't even need
to
Kviyas Suda. I'm saying, what's not Nispasha? Give a food that's not Nispasha.
Pancakes not Nispasha so much.
Fine. So you don't need Kviyas Suda?
Pancakes is like a gumma. So now you're saying it's true. Then she should make a mitzi, but if you convey a suit, you should make a mitzi.
Right.
Okay, so let's just discuss pancakes. Today there's a mutzik. When we never saw this when we were children, but today there's a mutzik. You go to a bagel store and you get regular for breakfast. You get 2 fat pancakes, big pancakes, fat pancakes. You're eating that for breakfast instead of a bagel. You're ordering pancakes. What's that? That's regular truknin. You should make a regular hamitzi. You convey a suit on it. Many times your wife, I don't know if you have little children in the house, your wife for supper, what's for supper? Your wife's making pancakes. Today they have it on a grill at what's it called those things?
Griddle.
Griddle. Right? A griddle. They're making regular pancakes for supper. The older you get, we don't do that anymore. It's too sugary and this and that. But it's a regular supper for children, pancakes. Is there tzad not to make a mitzi? What is the first mechaber? Truknin. There's a thickness to it, you make a mitzi.
Even without Kviyas Suda, according to the Rav, right?
No, okay, but let's I have that chiddush. But even without that, you're being Kviyas Suda. You're eating that for supper. You're eating that for breakfast. It's a regular breakfast. You go to Bagel Nash and you buy those, or Four Corners, and you buy those thick pancakes. Why aren't you making a mitzi? I have no idea. I don't know why someone who's eating that for a regular Suda is not making a mitzi. It's a mufurish and mechaber, you make a mitzi on that. I have a problem even if you're not eating for Suda. That's another shmooze. That's not for now. But I'm just saying, let's go straight to mechaber. Mechaber l'chayr should come out that on pancakes that you're eating for breakfast or for supper, you should make a regular hamitzi. Who cares? There's some sweetness to it. So what? That doesn't make it. That's true. So that doesn't go ahead and take it out. Okay, now, okay, we'll have to. I didn't mean to talk about that really in this share so much. Let's talk about Teresa. What's that? So let's see the Mishabur and Sifkat and Peiches. Kemach u'mayim, ayim magen avram shekasav she'oisin b'lasa raka ma'oid. Ulachim avarach ha'abayim in the mezanis b'delay kava. If you weren't kaveya, since it's so raka, it's so soft, therefore you don't make a bracha. The Eloi, it came on in. The Eloi ha'yablil raka kol kach le'mavur b'sif yidalid. Na'afilu b'yasa raka kol she'b'seifei safur b'tanim avarach ha'maitzi. We'll see later. We'll see a different time. That's really the next sugya that you can go ahead and make hamitzi. Mevarach hamitzi avkav sheglasay tzirakim mikama kinkivin shaitzay sebeguma umiskaber tziyachah nasikim by pass. Therefore, you're going to be kaveh suda as din like pass. I feel the cover, but Masha'en came by Teresa. If it was cover, I'm not going to become mevarach of hamitzi. For the Mesa. This is a very important Mishabur that's calling us a Magen Avraham, that by Teresa, even though it's so thin, but if you convey a food on it, you should make hamitzi. The Mechaber says you don't make hamitzi, but Lamaisa, he's quoting B'Shem and Magen Avraham in the Bach, in the Rabba, don't eat it only Terchasud. Okay, so now let's start with wraps. What are wraps? Has nothing to do with Pasabava Kissin. Let's just get that straight. Pasabava Kissin are 3 things. We didn't do the sugi yet, but we all know there are 3 categories to make you Pasabava Kissin. Number 1 is there's mesikas, sweetness to it. Wraps have no sweetness to it. It's regular flour and water. The other thing is that it's a little bit of apple juice, fine, but it's not. It doesn't take over the taste. It's mostly flour and water, so there's no thing. Now, what's the other thing? That it's mamula. Has a filling of chocolate or whatever. like cookish cake. That's not mamula anything. You put in tuna fish if you want, but that's not baked with mamula. The third thing is hamantash, right? The third thing is ka'oven yivation, as it's cracky. That's
What?
matzah. Maybe that's not.
Crack?
Yeah, the third gather parts of kiss is matzah that you crack it. It's ka'oven yivation. This is not. This is holdable. So therefore, it's not parts of kissing. So that's out. Just now. I don't think you ever thought it was. No, okay, that could be a whole different thing because it's very sweet. You mean? Okay, the bashal isn't sweet. It's fine. Okay, that's why I don't want to discuss your pancakes. But upon him, so wraps are parts of kissing. So what is it? It's sending us right to the Shulchan Aruch of Sif Tezvav. That's what wraps are. Now the reason why it's so important to discuss wraps because it's something that's so eaten and people ahead you don't want to wash. Why are you eating? Because you don't want to wash it. That's why you're eating it, right?
Also, because the package says Berchus and Mezainis.
So therefore, it's a very convenient thing. It's not so there's not too much fat to it, and you're eating tuna fish. It's very convenient. Today it's mamish lunch, everyday lunch. People are eating it. So the shaila is like this. So we're schlepping you to Kuf Samach Ches Sif Tezvav. That's where the sugi is. That's where it starts and that's where it ends. Now, what do we know in Kuf Samach Ches Sif Katan Tezvav? We know Teresa. Wraps are mamish like Teresa, right? Okay? So wraps are like Teresa. So therefore, you should make a mezainis. And if you kaveh a suda on it, you make a mezainis or amaitzi, the Chavis says you make a mezainis. Oh, now you have a Magen Avraham, Mishabura quotes on the back, and the Rabba. No, not so. If you kaveh a suda on it, I'm not so simple for us to make a mezainis. That's your problem. So I'm already stuck with one thing here. I have Mishabura telling me that if you're Baal Nefesh, you would not Baal Nefesh. The machmazeh. So you have no fadins anymore. If you have Mishabura telling you that you should only eat a techasuda b'shem del Yerabba,
Which
Mishabura is tzivkat and tzadi. Magen Gebayim. Okay, I have no problem. I'm just trying to see the viola. Let's put out all the stuff on the table.
What does it mean? Magen Gebayim Mechrila Dina Keshulchan Aruch.
That even if you give a suda, you make a mezainis.
Mezainis.
Right.
Why? What's that?
Because that's Teresa. It doesn't have a tzuras lachem, and it doesn't matter how much you eat. The same way noodles. As much as you eat, I don't care how much mezainis you eat, you make a alamicha.
Pasta. That's what we were thinking. Pasta, not the
Right. Cake is patsa baba kissin. This is not patsa baba kissin. As much as you eat like this. Now, what's the big difference here? We have one big difference that no one's being typhus. It's not bilosei raka, it's bilosei other wraps. It's not a batter, right? I also never did.
The Rav, how would they make wraps?
Oh, so could he show anything or no? There's something. Yeah, they are
You
different
want to picture the wraps? Pesach, are you there? Is
One
anybody
second.
here?
Can we talk about first falafel? Yeah, you ever had a tzad to make a mezainis on that? That's thin. The pita, right? The pita, right?
Is that the Rav wants to start with falafel, the thickest one?
Yeah, because we could start from there. What's this?
What's this? Get the wraps back on. Okay, it's coming. What is this?
No, I don't believe you. I don't know how much you could show Taka. He could see. Whoa.
What is this?
Corn tortilla.
What's he showing here?
I'm not sure. A truck.
Can someone talk to us?
How to make wraps.
Okay, you started mamish from there.
And I try to make it faster a little bit.
This is a corn wrap. Okay, maybe we'll get it from here. Same process. Okay.
It's the same process as flour.
Okay.
wheat.
Okay. Good.
Well, look, there's a guy with a hose. I can't believe it.
Okay. Now he's putting in flour, I guess.
Now comes the belila, right?
Right.
This is the belila.
Yeah. He's mixing it. Yeah.
So this is HaRav now.
Right now it's raka, but it should be getting hard. This looks like corn seeds. Oh, we missed the. Okay. Okay, so there's a machine that's.
What's the machine? The
No.
machine makes it into round things. No, it's batter. It's pouring the.
No, I'm not sure what this is. How did it get back to this? Okay, well, let's see. Fast forward.
He went backwards, no?
Yeah, to me it looks like it went backwards. No,
I think this is a different one.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second. Oh, see, now there's a there's a thickness to it. This is a dough. This is doughy. Yeah. This is dough. Oh, look. Oh, very good. This is a regular dough. This is not the bilas Iraq, obviously. Well, it'll go flying out if not. Oh, very good. Oh, so it's claw. This is a regular dough.
When it's bubble, right?
Yeah. And now he's gonna put a machine and it's gonna make it thin.
What do you mean? What does that machine do?
It's gonna come through and it's gonna come very thin.
It slices it. No, so
Flattens
back to slicing.
Flattens it. Right. Oh, look. Know what's going on.
But how does it become a flat piece?
Oh, look, because it went through the machine. Here you go. It's
That's a
very thin.
roller. No, that's a roller.
Very good. Beautiful.
There you
Okay.
go.
So now, question.
Form.
Beautiful. This mamish couldn't get better. We have no right, like a matzah. So now, was this Bilasa Yaakov, Bilasa Ava? Beautiful. This was Bilasa Ava. This is how they make wraps. So now, was there Shechanach about this? Teresa, the reason why you make him a Zionist was because that was Bilasa Raka. This is, what does Raka mean? It was never it was always a batter. It never became dough. This is dough. So it's very thin. So what? Who says thin dough do you make the changes bracha?
Because we cut it. It became thin after the fact.
Okay, so what? It's a thin dough. Bush thin dough, you make him a Zionist. Not our sugya. I threw the whole thing on Siftas Vav. We're Siftas Vav, don't do it Siftas Vav. This is why there could be a big machlekes. That means, let's start again. Even in our world, we have machlekes because we have Mishabur that says that maybe if you convey a sud on it, if you're eating it for lunch, or if you're eating it for supper, or if you're eating it for breakfast, maybe you should make hametz. Fine. Let's say that the Mishabur ended up with the Magen Gebar, that you make him a Zionist, even if you convey a suda. Now, we have another problem. This is not Teresa. This is Bliase Ava. So what bracha do you make on Bliase Ava? That's very thin. Nu shaila. Let's see if anyone talks about it. Cookie dough, but that's possible b'kistin. But that's possible b'kistin. Same concept, it's a possible b'kistin because it's sweetness to it. It's much sweeter. So therefore it's possible b'kistin. Possible b'kistin, you make him a Zionist. That I'm okay with. But here we're talking about Teresa. This is flour and water, basically. And matzah is hard, so matzah becomes possible b'kistin. This is soft. So this is where we have to understand. So the Prima Garden. Okay, let's see. But I'm saying
we don't know
we have to stretch the Siftas Vav now. We have to take it and stretch it. So now what are we going to do with this? So now, the Prima Garden says, Teresa haina belila raka ma'oin. So maybe that's only belila raka. Here we have belila ava. We have a thick batter. Mech takes it to throw the whole Teresa. So maybe this is stama maitzi. Thin bread. What bracha do you make of thin bread? We don't have a sugi about that. I might see. Why not? That's all this is. Who says that?
There's a Prima Garden on the screen.
Let me bring you a raya. No, it doesn't. Oh, wow. He got it right. Wow. Let me bring you a raya. That a very interesting raya. The Magen Avraham in the end of Siman Kuf Samachas. He says, Klolei Siman Zeh. I don't know if you can get to it. It's the last Magen Avraham in the end of Siman Kuf Samachas.
Give us a second. The last Magen Avraham Kuf Samachas.
It's a very interesting raya. I don't believe you can
on the
hear it
bottom
from
of
anyone
page
else.
190. Okay, there you'll teach.
I don't believe you can hear this from anyone else. Look at this raya. Klolei Siman Zeh. He says like this: Aleph, Isa Shani Lucha May Payas Benefes Achkach B'Siv Zayin. We'll discuss that in Siv Zayin. Beis, and I'll explain what's important. And then that's going to be Sifyud Gimel. And Mullah Gimel is Mullah Payas B'Siv Zayin. Dalim Mullah Batzav Adag B'Siv Zayin. The cause of B'Lasavach. Hey, B'Lasa Raka. B'Siv Ches, Sifyud Dalim, B'Siv Tezvav. That's what we have to see. What is this klal of the Siman? B'Lasa Raka. What does he see in Sif Tezvav? The Sif that we spoke about. What does the Magen Avraham see? B'Lasa Raka or B'Lasa Ava? That means it's B'Lasa Raka or B'Lasa Ava. What is that? Not that it's thin, that it's a soft batter. Right? So not that it's thin, soft batter, that's all he sees. Now you're going to tell me bread that's thin. hard batter that's thin. Bilasa ava that's thin. That's not Sifta as well. Go figure, close the Shulchan Aruch, start thinking of Svaras. That's not Shulchan Aruch. That's not what the Magen Avraham saw from the Sif B'chlal. So we have to know, we have to decide on our own. And that's where we have to come to today's Paiskim to decide what happens, Sifta Zvav, when it's a thick batter. So if someone's going to throw you the Shulchan Aruch, tell him on Shulchan, you have never seen this video that we just showed that is Bilasa ava. Bilasa ava has nothing to do with the Shulchan Aruch. Okay. So now, Rabbi Falk, Zecher Tzadik Levracha, who's from the Gedolei HaPaiskim, Baal HaMachzeh L'Yom. He said that this is similar to Teresa. Wraps are similar to Teresa, and therefore, he said, not like we just gave this whole Akdama, similar to Teresa, and you'll make him a Zionist. That's what he held. So what? Maisa, that's not what the Shulchan Aruch is talking about. The Maisa doesn't have community, but also Iraq or not. That's what the Magen Avraham does. We don't. Okay, but we know. Now we saw the video. Too bad. We got it finished. Over. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we know there's a famous video that they showed at Rabbi Yashiv. I don't know if you ever saw the video. It's online. It's all over the place. On YouTube, it's all over.
Westside Kyle did it first.
Yeah? Okay.
No,
And
went right left.
yeah, and what happened? Rabbi Yashiv, you see the video very clear. Rabbi Yashiv is walking by and the guy shows a rap like this. And Rabbi Yashiv says, "Let's hold Lechem." It doesn't have a Tayar Lechem. That's how quick he said it, mamash. It's kedai to see it. I don't know who has. I saw it more
First
than
time
once.
Yasher ever saw a rap.
Yeah. Now I saw it more than once because I wanted to see what he was saying. That rap looked like a tissue, basically. It was like it fell in the guy's hand like this. I don't know if every rap is like that. There are different thicknesses to rap.
It's online. You can get it.
You could?
If
You
you
see
do, 1 second. Rabbi Yashiv Paskin's raps and Mazonis. Believe it or not, it's on YouTube.
It's kedai to see because it's very interesting
I
how
have.
the Welt took from there. Not only that, when Rabbi Zia Levach came to Lakewood like 10, 12 years ago, they asked him raps and he was like, "Hamaitzi, what's the shadow?" And all of a sudden, they said, "Yeshver said in Mazonis." Oh, I'm staying quiet. But look how he said in Mazonis. First, they never said in Mazonis.
I have it.
They have it. They have
How
it.
much a second? How much a second?
It doesn't make a difference, really. The shaila is if it doesn't have tzuras alechem, so it's Mazonis of that. Yeah, if it doesn't have today tzuras alechem, it's if the way it's baked, that's what we're taking out of Bayash. Should we wait for him or he doesn't have it? He's looking for it? Oh, he has it. Someone has it. This is it? What he just put in?
Yeah, Mark, can you hear me? That is, if you Google,
Oh, here it is.
There you
This
go.
is it. This is it. Okay, it's good to see this. The very
you got to
short
put the
video.
sound on it.
But this is how people are passing from this video.
There's been worse things. He said, "Nishta Kanshus."
That's all it is. This Mishkan Sutnam. Show it again. It's good to see how people are passing from this video. Wow, it's unbelievable. We get online today. Unbelievable. You can find online today. Wow.
Wondering
No,
why your
it's
check
not.
engine light is on?
No. It's not.
We offer full service here. You need
Yeah.
topics.
No, you had to do it so well before. Okay,
Okay,
fine.
let's try one more time. The Rob would like to support one more time.
I just
you
want to
can.
show how people took it so serious, this Rabbi Yashiv, that from there they passed in the Mizainis. And the world went with that. It was mamish. Yeah, Kamat can't see anything. And from here, not the people that were there, the people that aren't there are passing in Mizainis from this video. Okay, it's getting late. I want to be able to show. What? He's looking for people. You go there, he'll be more than happy. Last time we went, we had him speak for us. So he's Rabbi Yashiv. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, go.
Slow it down. Slow it. Where's this?
Look at this. Rabbi Yashiv Paskin's rap summer Zionist.
The whole thing is 6 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, go.
6 seconds.
That looks like a tissue. That's the rap that he's showing. Can't choose the naminish. That was it. The guy was walking. He's walking like this. Can't choose the naminish. Okay. If you want to pass in the Mizainis from that, and we have everything going for us, Hamaitzi, to me, it's a big chiddush. Rebelsky Shlomo Miller said that Teresa is only by Blila Raka, like we said, and therefore Don't learn out from there. Belila Ava, even if it's Dak Ma'id, Hamaitzi. And David Feinstein very clearly, there's another video, I'm sure it's on YouTube also. It was by Ruby Schron, I think, asked him. Right, you saw that video ever? David Feinstein very clearly said, no, Hamaitzi. Why? So this is where it gets tricky. David Feinstein said the reason why it's Hamaitzi is because that's instead of Lachem. So therefore, that's why you make Hamaitzi.
What do you mean instead of lechem? Because people use it that way?
People are eating this instead of Lachem.
I understand. Either it's Ava or it's Raka. If it's Ava, then we don't need any of these.
No, not that. You could say that maybe Ava also. He meant also Ava. And he says, not have committed. Since it's thin, the Nakud is thin. If you want to learn like that.
Shulchan Aruch, it says Ava Raka, Kaviyasud or not. There's no other.
Right. I'm saying, but over here, yes, Rebelsky said, Rabbi Samaitzi, I said that over. So we brought down a Kudus Allah Chabur. So to the, he has something, he's showing something now. Is this Rabbi David Feinstein? Okay. So now, there was a new taich now going on here from David Feinstein. That since this is coming Keneged Lechem instead of Lechem, therefore you make Hamaitzi.
I have that video. If the Rav wants
so-
to see it, we can see it.
Yeah, it's Kedai. I don't know how much time we have. We have 3 minutes left.
David Feinstein, yeah.
But let me see. Well, let me see if I can get you. Oh, here it is. Oh, this is it. Oh, 3 minutes. Yeah. Oh, Ruby Shron, I told you.
These are obviously fake. It's a piece of bread.
But Rebbe, nobody would eat this without putting in tuna fish or egg salad.
That's what he does.
Right, but just plain, nobody's going to eat this.
So what's it got to do with it? I wouldn't eat bread. Salt on it. Let me see how it's made. Aspamelach teichel. Does it say yes? Flour and water. Say maybe this is not a shear. I don't know.
They make smaller ones also, Rosh Yeshiva.
Well, they cut these in here.
This is
I've seen bigger ones.
yeah.
No one wants to wash it or wrap.
Whole wheat flour.
Yeah, but Rebbe, can't you say that this is made especially to eat it on the way and on the go?
The Shayel has to know something also.
The Shayel is trying to get it Mezainis out of him, and he's not going to do that.
It has, listen,
You have a whole meal there. You have fish, whatever you're taking with the bread.
Fish with the salad and
It says it's not a
So we should bench on this after you eat all one?
Maybe one is not enough. It looks small. It's bigger. They're all sizes.
Okay, so it's very clear that David, we could stop it now, it doesn't go too much more. David held very clearly that you are making Hamaitzi. And this is a lot clearer than Rabbi Yashiv's video, right?
Yeah, but where did he say that it's because of this in place of lechem? Where did
That's what he said. He said, pass my milk, this is bread. That's what he started off. Now let me,
It's not in place of bread. It is bread. What do you mean in place of bread? It is bread.
okay, let me see. So we showed him a wrap. I don't know how to do this, but I know. This? You're not going to see anything.
Can't see much.
And
It's the same one you're showing us?
okay, maybe I'll be able to send it to you, and you'll be able to do something. This is I don't have these things.
Yeah,
They should put it on Taka because it's kedai to see how Rabbi Felder watched the video, and Rabbi Felder said it's Kla Hamaitzi. And Rabbi Felder's Chavrusa, also Chashvid, Kla Mezainis. He was so excited we came back from Eitzol, he switched to make Mezainis.
Who is this now?
Rabbi Sternbach.
Moshe Sternbach.
So Mitzshem, if we go back,
Try it again.
died to bring it into him, and they wanted to be. We showed him. Very important to show which rap you're talking about. And it's show sometimes they call a lafa.
Lafa,
A lafa is like a falafel. Everyone knows you say on that It's no tzad. Our wraps are not a lafa. So you have to really bring it from here, from America, to show it in its kedai. We showed it in Bazil Arbach.
What's the
Also,
difference between a lafa and a wrap? They're both Belilase Ava, correct? And a lafa is clearly a hamaitzi. So why would
this is thinner. Since
Thinner.
it's thinner.
But what's the difference according to what we said?
That's the shaila. The mice.
So what's the other side?
No, because Teresa says thin. Teresa is thin, and therefore you make him a Zionist. The problem is that even Teresa, we have a Magen Avraham that tells you if you convey a suit to make a mitzi. So when you're making him a Zionist on a wrap, you're sveka that you're taking it out of a mitzi. One is that we have many poskim that say even though it's thin, but it's bilasa ava, we don't care about it. Okay, you want to say not. But then we have a Magen Avraham that tells us that if you convey a suit on it, you make a mitzi. So for me to make today a Zionist on wrap because a video of Rabbi Yashiv is a very, very shver zach. I'm not saying that Vada Hamaitzi, but you have a double Feinstein to rely on. And we learned the Suga, I think it was very clear. Turk and Teresa, raps might be Teresa, and we're saying maybe raps not Teresa Bechlal, so we just throw it into Hamaitzi, and it's more mistaba to make Hamaitzi, and that's why we felt it today. And many places can hold that you make Hamaitzi. Brazil Abach did tell us Mazanis. I don't know what he said by you 3 years ago, but when we went to him last year, he said Mazanis. I plan on going again this year, so we'll try to get out of him again what it is.
That to me,
Yeah. No, so that's what he said. He doesn't know shit. He was just
No,
trying
he
to
brought
avoid
that
it.
up. He said it depends how many you eat.
Okay. Then that's everything that you don't need to share. You make alamechim. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, everybody
It's
said
the
it's only
next-
part A. Part B will be next week.
Next week, I don't know how much times you'll hear about pancakes, but we'll try to. If no one spoke about it, then we'll speak about it.
Okay, part B of dough things to, next week.